listening to Tough Tiger Talk Flash Report.
Shout out to the Tiger Nation, man. It's chiming in with another episode of Tough Tiger Talk. We up in this thing. Please feel free to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Feel free to share Tough Tiger Talk on your social media feed with other LSU Tiger diehards. We up in this thing. I'm Big Q. Thank you guys for joining us for this one. And this one's called Kirk Herbstreit considers high expectations for the LSU Tigers and Brian Kelly. And we're getting this constantly. The first year, it was a lot of stuff shaking and baking, a lot of dissenters. But first year, when you win the SEC West, like what LSU did, they beat Alabama and then, kind of got obliterated by eventually Georgia. But we were dealing with a lot of injuries in that game. And I just would really think about how different the game would have looked. And listen, Georgia's pretty damn good. But how would it have looked if we'd had a totally healthy cast there? If Jaden Daniels wasn't banged up, what kind of game would that have looked like, without his injury situation? Just something to think about. But anyway, and this one, shout out to On3.com for this one, as it's mentioned by Kirk Herbstreit, man, as he kind of gives his feel on the matchup, but actually his thoughts on LSU heading into this upcoming season. So when you win the West in the SEC, and then the bar is set pretty high. The recruiting, they're doing really good jobs recruiting. Into the future, we'll have a couple of short reports on that as well. So let's get into this one right here, as On3.com covers it. I'm gonna play a little bit of the Herbstreit interview so you guys can hear from yourself. He talked about what he believes that the Tigers would represent and what they will bring to this 2023 year. So with that 10-4 mark, he finished SEC title with the win LSU did, and they won against Alabama in the inaugural season, and now fans have their sights set high. Now, Herbstreit did join JD PicKell at the On3 NIL Elite Series in Nashville, where he talked about expectations with the team. So let me tune that up for you guys, and here's Kirk Herbstreit on his thoughts on it. Here we go.
LSU, Brian Kelly, he's been there all of a year, and there's already the pressure of when do we get a national title? The guys before you did it.
Yeah. You got Florida State week one, probably the most anticipated game, other than Coach Prime, what he's doing. That LSU Florida State game, I feel like has some excitement. Mm-hmm. But man, when you beat Alabama and you really outkick your coverage on what the expectations were, I feel like you're at LSU. The history of what the coaches have done with Coach O and Les Miles, it's pretty natural to expect that. But I think he's built for it. That guy, can you imagine being a head coach at Notre Dame as long as he did? He's dealt with everything. So I think he'll be fine. I think LSU's got some players. If they win that first game against Florida State, they'll be dangerous. No, without question.
All right, that was Kirk Herbstreit kind of talking about it. And and people are saying the same thing about Coach Kelly going into the season, how we worked the transfer portal this year as well to help out bringing some really good talent in the secondary for LSU this year. Looking at some of the really solid acquisitions that we had last year, look like Harold Perkins. We talk about Mason Smith and a few other guys. The maturation of Jaden Daniels, which will be big, who will kind of take the the step up role with the wide receivers. We talk about Neighbors and Thomas and some of these guys, and we have some other really excellent guys that'll come into the fold like Anderson. And how would the running game in turn helps out with LSU? So this will be pretty good for the LSU Tigers this upcoming season. And like he said, he talked about LSU kind of outkicking its coverage right here. Well, lofty expectations in the first year, and really when we brought Coach Kelly aboard last year, I was like, man, this guy's gonna win. Because he has a track record of such a thing. He won everywhere, every damn where. And he came to LSU in the SEC because he wanted to beat Nick Saban. He did that in his first year. So what are the expectations for Brian Kelly deep down about what the next step is to keep the domination, to keep the consistent winning going? It finished 10-4. We had a couple of games that we shouldn't have lost, the Florida, State game, all this kind of stuff. But at the end, I'm expecting LSU to continue what they've done. We have some really solid recruiting classes over the next several years that's coming in, and this will turn into something, and it's already great right now, but this will continue to build just some astronomical level. He gives you a steady winning, and he builds on platform, and all you have to do if you are at LSU is to just win, and people will come. Like that old adage, if they win, people will come, and this is what happened with Brian Kelly. So in the end, Kirk Herbstreit just agrees with a lot of us that it was a terrific move to get Coach Kelly here. He's done a phenomenal job, him and his staff, and putting just raising the talent level of the team. This year, they have, like I said, Perkins and Mason Smith, who missed all of last year, not all of it, but the majority of the year last year. So we're looking pretty good this upcoming year. So feel free, family, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, man, and make Tough Tiger Talk one of your favorite LSU podcasts. I'm Big Q, and I'm going to holler at y'all on the next one. Hold tight.